GBC here into the Squared Circle podcast, and welcome to another kick-ass episode. As I mentioned, I'm your host, GBs, where we talk about all things pro wrestling, from a fan to the fans. If you're watching on YouTube, welcome. If you listen to the fine podcast, as I mentioned, available on all major podcasting outlets like Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and more. So wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts, come on, man. Join the fun. Join the conversation. Also, you can find me on social media platforms into the Squared Circle podcast on Facebook, X, Instagram, and right here on YouTube. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and join the conversation. All right. So this episode, we will talk about AEW Dynamite that went down this past Wednesday on TBS. And for the main event, I'll have my previews and predictions for WWE Crown Jewels, which will be going down this coming Saturday on the Peacock Network. All right. So we got that going on. So let's talk about miscellaneous stuff going on in the world of pro wrestling, of course. So AEW and Tony Khan has announced they have signed Nature Boy Ric Flair to a multi-year contract. That includes the Ric Flair's energy drink, energy drink, which will be featured throughout all their shows on television. You know how it is. WWE has the C4 cans, the pre-workout stuff on their announce table desk. So expect the Ric Flair energy drinks featured throughout all the All Elite Wrestling television and pay-per-views. So good deal. AEW Dynamite ratings went down last night, 832,000 to be exact, up 7.5% in the ratings compared to last week. Obviously, they went toe-to-toe with the World Series, which averaged 11.5 million viewers. That's a lot of people. So, remember when wrestling numbers had those views? I was one of them back in the 90s. All right, so we have that as well. Let's see what's going on here. So Monday Night Raw had their reviews as well. The views here. So as I'm scrolling here, so ratings was down for the go home show for Raw, which was 1.39 million viewers with a 0.43 in the 18 to 49 demographic. If you give a rat's ass about the demographic age, I don't. It's all about the big number here, 1 million. So Raw, again, my personal opinion now from Monday Night Raw this past Monday, it was just another copy and paste Monday Night Raw. It felt like a Vince McMahon era Monday Night Raw. It was good, but it wasn't, okay, it wasn't too good, but it wasn't too bad. It's like just another copy paste Raw. So that's just me, my personal opinion. My opinions don't mean shit. Maybe yours will agree. Maybe you did enjoy Raw. Again, into the Squared Circle podcast at Facebook and X. That's where I hide at. Voice your opinions, my friends. Your opinions matter. All right, good deal. So let's press on forward here. WWE announces the UK tour dates. April 2024. So if you happen to live out in that neck of the woods, WWE be heading out there to the UK. All right, so we got that going on. Gigi Dolan from NXT is engaged with Zachary Wentz. Got that going down as well. So congrats to them. Speaking of another couple, Hulu reveals the premiere date for Love and WWE, which is Montez Ford and Bianca Belair. You could check out this real-life married couple TV show February 2nd of 2024. So if you're into reality TV and you love Bianca Belair and Montez Ford, check out 2024, a brand spanking new reality series between Montez Ford and Bianca Belair. All right, so the CEO from Fox Network, Lachlan Murdoch, said his company wasn't seeing an acceptable return on its investments from its TV right deals for WWE SmackDown. So if you knew or not, SmackDown is moving to the USA Network. Things didn't go out well between them and Fox, and Fox was like, bye, good luck on your endeavor, future. Because that's what they did. Fox Network told them, bye-bye. We don't need you. We don't see the numbers, which we are very disciplined in. What's the correct financial terms here? So I looked at it earlier. It was like a ROI. I forgot what it is. ROI, which is like an investment to cash, the percentage. I don't know. I'm not a business guy. I'm a wrestling fan. So the discipline numbers that they want across the board is not matching up what WWE is producing when it comes down to dollars and signs. So of course they're like, thank you very much. Good luck. Bye-bye. And that's what happened. Now SmackDown is now on the USA Network, I believe 2024. So there's that. All right, so let's talk about All Elite Wrestling Dynamite this past Wednesday on TBS. It was a very entertaining show. Show kicked off with MJF, had a big old list, confronting all his fears. Want to go talk to Kenny Omega after his impressive match at Collision this past Saturday on TNT. Of course, if you watch Collision, MJF defeated Kenny Omega, which was a hell of a match, a classic, in my personal opinion. Again, so he wanted to confront Kenny Omega backstage. Went over, pound on the door, and the door opened up, and there was Chris Jericho. And he stared at him, and he shut the door on him. So things didn't go well. So as MJF was ready to walk away, out comes Wardlow, and he pins him to the corner. I want you. Now I'm taking everything away from you. So poor MJF, not being liked backstage, got confronted. Well, actually got shut out by Chris Jericho, got confronted by Wardlow, and what now? Well, he comes across The Acclaim, Anthony Bowens, Max Caster, and they're like, come on, Max, you need 3 other guys for your multi-man tag team match for tonight for the main event. If you're gonna need somebody, we are here for you. MJF was like, nah. And of course, later on through the night, The Acclaim came across him again. Come on, Max. In this bag is your gear. Join us. Let's unite. Make a powerful 4-way multi-man tag team group. MJF was like, hell no. So eventually, Roderick Strong, Matt Taven, Mike Bennett came out. Adam! And he's like, come on, get us. MJF was like, no, senor. No. And then eventually Jeff Jarrett and his cronies, Sanjay Dutt, Mr. Singh, the tall guy, who we got, Jay Lethal. Come on, guys, just come on. Have us part of your group, MJF. You're a bad guy. MJF was like, oh man, I can't go anywhere. Screw it. So what happened? Well, MJF decided to join The Acclaim, and he came out with pink trunks, the burlap scarf all pink, and the Scissor Me t-shirt. I'm like, this is great. We finally got MJF joining The Acclaim. He accepted it. But you know what? Going through my notes here really quick. It was a hell of a show, man. We got Adam Copeland, of course, accepting to join forces with Sting and Darby Allin. So we had that going on as well. Orange Cassidy defeated Claudio Castagnoli to retain the international champion. So we got that going on here, folks, here as well. And then what else we got? So as I mentioned, the main event, Bullet Club Gold defeated The Acclaimed and MJF. But eventually they all scissored and everybody went home happy. All right. Tony Khan has announced a massive announcement. Okay, Tony, what's the massive announcement? Well, All In will be going on sale or pre-sale to the national public coming up soon. That was the big announcement. They couldn't tweet this. They kind of promoted this a lot earlier. they want to do a quick pre-sale coming around the corner in a couple of weeks. So whoop-de-doo. Oh yeah, I forgot. The Mogul Embassy defeated the Elite to become the new Trios Ring of Honor champions, and the Young Bucks were pissed off. They were slamming cheers all across around the ring. And now we're going to start seeing the angry side of the Elite. Oh boy. Yeah. So there we go. The Embassy are now your Ring of Honor Trios champions. How about that? All right. So overall, it was a solid Dynamite. Was it better than last week? I thought last Wednesday was good. The formula was pretty good. The produced show. So we're gonna end this segment with the All Elite Wrestling Dynamite. Is the guy in the devil mask? Who is he? I'm going to ask you, the fine listeners at home on the podcast and those who's watching on YouTube, who is in the devil mask? That's the next question. A lot of people are thinking it's Jack Perry. Well, there's a debunked rumor that Britt Baker could be the fearless leader behind the devil's mask. Could Adam Cole double cross MJF to win the AEW World Champion? So could he either be Britt Baker or Jungle Boy Jack Perry? If it's Jack Perry, they're gonna piss off a lot of people. But nonetheless, it was a solid show. All right, folks, let's talk about the main event of the show, WWE Crown Jewels, which is going down this coming Saturday. It's going to be in Saudi Arabia, Saudi Arabia, at the Mohab Abdu Arena, November 4th of 2023. It's a Raw and SmackDown Collide show. And as I go through the matches and card here, folks, again, let me know what you guys think. What matches you look forward to watching this coming Saturday on the Peacock Network, unless you're going to be out in Saudi Arabia. So there's 8 matches total here, folks. We do have one pre-show match, of course. So we'll talk about the first one here, the pre-show match. The Miz versus Gunther for the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion. So right off the bat, Miz is a star, right? Former champion, right? Former champion. And again, you can't just halt Gunther's title reign for the Miz. I'm sorry. That's just me. So I'm going to pick Gunther to defeat the Miz. Just my opinion. And he's not the right guy to end the Intercontinental Champion reign. So let me know what you guys think. All right. This could be a hell of a match. Seth freaking Rollins will put his World Heavyweight Championship on the line against Drew McIntyre. Could this be the big moment for Drew McIntyre to slay and defeat the Dragon, the Seth freaking Rollins? Man, wow. I know this is going to be a hell of a match. I know it. And Seth Rollins has a massive challenge here, folks. This is going to be a huge challenge, Seth Rollins. Can he defeat Drew McIntyre? Man, I could see a title around Drew McIntyre's waist, but is Crown Jewels the place for him to become the new champion? Maybe. It's tough to say, man. It's going to be a good match. A lot of close calls. Seth Rollins, I could see him carrying the title. Now, could Senior Money in the Bank Damian Priest cash in the briefcase? Maybe. There's a potential. Or hell, maybe Drew McIntyre win the title and Damian Priest comes out and cash it and wins the title for him. The short is the poor bastard Drew McIntyre can't catch a break. How about that? That's a wild scenario, but could it happen? Who knows? But you know what? For the hell of it, I should be circling this because I have bad memory here. So I'm going to pick Seth freaking Rollins. Why not, right? So as I'm circling it here, we got some physical proof on a video on YouTube, right? We got the Miz. Okay, here we go. All right, so the fatal five-way match for the women's world champion. The current champion, Rhea Ripley, versus Nia Jax, versus Shayna Baszler, versus Zoe Starks, versus Raquel Rodriguez. Rhea Ripley has another challenge as well. Oh, doggy. Now the question is, can she slither her way out and retain the WWE Women's Champion? Can that happen? Long-term booking, folks. Could Rhea be a champion for the next couple of months? Man, she's going to have a hell of a task. She has, what, four women around her that she has to watch out. Nia Jax, a monster. Shayna Baszler is, again, MMA background. Zoe Starks, again, phenomenal. And Raquel Rodriguez, a lot of potential. Could any of those four women have the title? Not yet. Not yet. Maybe Raquel, maybe. But something tells me Rhea Ripley will retain somehow, some way. Could JD McDonough get involved? Maybe. Could Dirty Dom get involved? Maybe. That could play a role. I think Rhea Ripley's going to retain. And who knows what's going to happen down the line. Okay. Oh, yeah, by the way, Io Sky has the briefcase. Keep that in mind. All right, Roman Reigns will put his undisputed WWE Championship on the line against L.A. Knight. Yeah. Again, another classic match here. But I love L.A. Knight, and he is a world champion, future world champion. I can just envision it. Close my eyes. Imagine L.A. Knight having titles around his waist. Just not at Crown Jewels. Something tells me it's not going to happen at Crown Jewels. We're going to have a nice story. Now, we saw what happened this past Friday. L.A. Knight took out Roman Reigns at the very end of SmackDown to kind of tease the crowd, to wet the lips. But could it actually happen? Could the bell ring, win a pinfall, and win the title? Could he walk out as champion? I think that's not the place. Remember, Cody Rhodes has a story to finish. Long-term booking, folks. Keep that in mind. Roman Reigns is going to retain. So I'm going to stick with that. Okay. Rey Mysterio will put his WWE United States Champion on the line against Logan Paul. Now, this one right here, it's going to be an interesting match. Again, Rey Mysterio, who's a veteran, has all the books, all the skills in his books, fast pace, a veteran. He is a veteran in the business. Logan Paul, who started at 2 years ago, again, an amateur boxer, a YouTuber. Man, I don't know, man, but something tells me Logan Paul, he's going to get slick on this. He could win the U.S. champion. I'll be surprised if he doesn't. So something tells me, oh my God, Logan Paul's going to win the champion. I love Rey Mysterio to death, but in my heart, it's Rey Mysterio. But in my gut, I think Logan Paul is going to win. I don't know. That's going to be my pick. All right, singles match. Cody Rhodes versus Damian Priest. I'm going to go for my boy, Cody Rhodes. So, it's going to be a hell of a match. But for the hell of it, Cody Rhodes, phenomenal. Phenomenal as a wrestler. It's going to be a good story. Good little story match. I think Damian Priest is going to conquer a majority of the match because of his size and strength. And if you put all those things together, I think he will conquer. And Cody will have some kind of a underdog story that we're going to fight back. David versus Goliath style feel. That's how Cody is. He break his, he got his foot damaged by the Judgment Day. He will fight his way back towards the end of the show. He'll have a broken arm by Seth Rollins. He will fight his way to the very end with one arm. There's always an underdog story from Cody Rhodes. So I think it's going to be a good story match here, folks. And I think Cody's going to win this match. By the way, no title on the line. So here we go. Let's move on next here. Another singles match. The greatest of all time, John Cena versus Solo Sikoa. So Cena hasn't won the match in a long ass time. He's been teasing for retirement the past couple of weeks. Question is, could Cena get a big win after years on television? Or could this be the last hurrah of John Cena on the grandest stage of them all that's not WrestleMania? Tip his cap. Give the win to Solo Sikoa, the next generation of the Samoans, and just right off in the sunset. Back to Hollywood, making movies, TV shows, commercials. Yeah. Well, man, I love Cena. And I'm going to pick him just because he's the greatest of all time. Can't complain. I met the guy. He's the nicest guy on the planet. I'm going to pick Cena. I'd be surprised if Solo Sikoa defeat John Cena. I'd be surprised. And let him right off in the sunset as one of the greatest of all time. He is wrestling at the top of his peak. And last thing we want to see is Cena crippled in the ring, barely can function, and we don't want that. Again, I talked about it in the past on the podcast. He's a Hollywood superstar. Insurance liability. Last thing he needs is to have a broken foot or a torn, ACL or a quads, and it'll affect his career in Hollywood. And what they're gonna do? What? Hire The Rock to replace him? And the Jungle Book 5 or Fast and Furious 98. No. Vin Diesel. No. If John Cena had a mental role, he has commitments, and come on. That's not going to happen. So I'm going to pick John Cena just for a feel-good moment. Okay. Last match here, folks. 8 matches total is the last one. The singles match for the WWE Women's Champion, Io Sky, the current WWE champion, versus Bianca Belair. Again, Bianca, former champion, because she had the title around her waist this coming Saturday at Crown Jewels. What do you think? Or could Io Sky retain? Will the Damage Control, are they banned? Are there Bailey and Dakota Kai? Are they banned from ringside? Or will they be there to help her escape and slither away to retain the champion? Something tells me Bianca Belair will win the title. Has to be. There gotta be some kind of title change on this show. I think this is the match. I don't know what's raising the motivation. Bianca busts her ass off each and every week. She is phenomenal to watch each and every week, and rightfully deserved to be a champion again. Maybe leads something up with Charlotte, or maybe what's her name? Who just got signed? She appeared on NXT and SmackDown. What's her name? Jade Cargill, maybe. But Bianca Belair, man, I can feel something tingling. Ugh. So that's gonna be my pick. All right, folks, there we go. I have all 8 picks, previews, and prediction for Crown Jewels. If you're watching on YouTube, there we go. It's highlighted, a little blurry. There's the real deal, folks. I have it on tape, have it on video, have it right here, living proof. And let's see if my predictions are right or wrong. If you've been a daily listener, you would know my predictions been doing good, right? 4 out of 5. 7 out of 8, 9 out of 10. I can't get a perfect card, but I'm getting there. Maybe this is it. Knock on wood. All right, good deal. All right, folks, that's it. Next episode is post WWE Crown Jewels, post AEW Collision, and whatever the hell's going on across the pro wrestling industry. All right, my friends, until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy wrestling. Bye-bye, everybody.